Atlanta, Georgia, where Jan joins us. Jan, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Thanks for taking my call. I love your show and wanted to get some of your advice.
Well, thank you, Jan. That's so nice. How can I help you?
Awesome. So I've really struggled with depression my whole life, and I really attribute that to just not living in line with my purpose. I'm 31, and I've had a great career so far. I make about $100,000 a year, but I've just been miserable in my career for the last 4 years.
Wow.
I've been in the wrong role. I know that, but I've followed the money because I'm financially responsible and fiscally conservative. So financially, I'm in a really good spot, but mentally, not so great.
Well,
so
I can just tell you, you know why you're not in a mental space that is really healthy? Because you don't see any passion, any mission, no purpose, no mission in your work. And that's pretty normal. I want to applaud you really quick to say that the fact that you've been able to keep your head above water, and you're just like so many people, millions of people. So at least pat yourself on the back. Better days are really close, I promise. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, so I recently took a big jump. I put in my notice at work so I could fulfill my purpose full time, but don't worry, I have a plan.
Good.
And I know my purpose. So I'm just kind of looking for some guidance as I take this leap.
Great. Tell me what we are going into.
Awesome. So my purpose is to help people, ideas, and companies actualize their full potential. I believe that God has put a talent in me to see the seeds of potential that he plants, and it's my purpose to cultivate those. So last year, I started a consulting company on the side with a co-founder and have some clients in the queue ready to go. So I've got some financial stability immediately.
Great.
I'm just tired of not living that purpose anymore. So I'm just hoping you could provide some guidance as I take this leap. You know, what should I be focused on, aware of? And also I just wanted to encourage other people that are out there that, like you said, it does get better. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, real quick before I answer your question, I do want you to speak to the audience for a minute, because you kind of beat yourself up a little bit at the start of the call by saying, I chased the money. I didn't chase work I love. And I love the admission. I love how vulnerable you are. That's really courageous. I love you for saying that. I'm so grateful you shared that with the audience. But I do want you to speak to how the financial stability has helped you make this, which what you called a leap. It doesn't sound like this was a leap. Is that true?
Technically, but I'm so financially risk averse that it felt like a leap. But now that I've taken it, I've realized I've been preparing for this moment for
so great
9 years.
So tell the audience. So how many clients did you have lined up, and how much? You don't have to get into the specifics if you don't want to, but how many clients did you have lined up, and what percentage of your previous day job income are they representing before you decided to resign? I'm curious.
So we started it at the end of last year. And so we had been building up our foundation and our credibility and started networking. And so we had just some partial clients that were just trickling in some revenue, but we have 2 more full-time clients ready to start with us as soon as possible. So I would say, and then a third one I just signed today. So probably almost 100% if I can project that through the rest of the year of my current salary.
Good for you.
Good for you. Just kind of split.
Good for you. Good for you. Here's what I want people to hear. I want you folks to hear that, yes, she wasn't happy, probably borderline miserable. And you knew what you wanted to do. And so you planned for it. You lined up the pipeline. You didn't just plan professionally, you planned financially. And now you're stepping into it. So I got to tell you, you've kind of asked me an open-ended question on what advice I would give you. So the thing that popped in my mind, and you may have some more specifics, I'll give you a chance in a second. But off the top, when someone asked me, well, you've already lined it up. You've already taken care of the pipeline and the financial piece. So I don't need to give you any advice there. Good on you. So proud of you for that. I think what you need to understand now is that the number one temptation will be for you to get distracted, because it feels like you got the mission down. You know what you're consulting on. I love how you described it. You're really a consultant who gives life to ideas and projects, and helps it grow. And you're just a strategic planner. Sounds like a lot of that going on. So you know the work. What you got to be careful of is when you go out on your own and you get this wind behind your back, like it sounds like you're about ready to do, and you get going, that you can get distracted, and you may get some opportunities that, while attractive financially, may take you a different direction than what your sweet spot is now. So don't forget the sweet spot is my advice. So you've got a personal sweet spot, okay, Jan, where you know what you're really good at, you know what work you love, and you know what results you want to create. And so your personal sweet spot professionally is essentially the same as your consulting company. True or false?
Correct.
So my point is, as you get out there and grow, one temptation sometimes is to take on something that's very attractive financially. Maybe it's a really sexy client kind of a situation. You go, oh, this is really great. And you've got to say, is this taking me out of my comfort zone, or is this taking me out of my sweet spot? As long as it's in your sweet spot and it takes you out of your comfort zone, do it. But if it takes you out of your sweet spot and you may have the talent to pull it off, but you really don't love the kind of work they're asking you to do, be careful. Be very careful. That's where you can get distracted. Does that make sense, that advice?
Yeah, absolutely. Because that is kind of what I've done previously, is I take the more financially secure job, which doesn't work out. It's money definitely does not guarantee happiness. And it's just, it's so clear.
So that's going to be a temptation for all of us, but really a temptation for you, because you're going to get somebody that comes along at some point and it's a big contract, but it's not doing something that you really enjoy. Yes, it's consulting, but it's in an area that you don't enjoy, and you got to be careful.
How do you recommend setting up advisors to kind of run some of these potential opportunities past, knowing that I have the affinity to go towards more conservative choices? You
can. I don't think you need to, because I just gave it to you.
Okay.
You need to you need to have my voice in the back of your head, basically saying what I just said to you. Every time a potential client comes to you, you've got to ask the question, is what they are needing, what they're asking for, is it in our company sweet spot? Do we have the talent and skills to provide what they need? Do we love doing the kind of work they're asking us to do? And then, is this missional for us? Is this allowing us to drive the results that got us into business? It all comes down to purpose. What I do for individuals and you from a purpose statement is the same process for a company. What is your company really good at doing? Why'd you get it? What's the work you love to do? This is the why. See, passion and mission in my 3-part methodology, Jan, always illuminate our why. What's the work that we love doing? We love consulting this. We love consulting on this, this, and this. Maybe a list of 7 things. I don't care. But that's how you can go get advisors, but you really don't need advisors. You know what you need? You need a whiteboard. You need something in stone in your office as you look at it every day. And you need to train your team on this as you grow, and salespeople are out looking for clients. It better be in our sweet spot as a company. If it's not, we're going to have to learn how to say no. We got to say no to the good so we can say yes to the best. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So I think we're done here.
Yeah, thank you. This was incredible.
Jan, I'm really proud of you. You got this. You've done it the right way. You're going to do great things. Be maniacally focused.
Awesome. Thanks for your help.
Appreciate you.